People don't understand just how evil the Mechanicus is from Warhammer 40K, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So in 40K, there's mostly this running joke that pretty much all the factions are just varying degrees of evil and that there are no good guys. And this statement is somewhat true. And the Mechanicus are definitely, without a doubt, the most evil faction in the entirety of the Imperium. See, the Mechanicus are basically the builders for the entirety of humanity in the world of 40K. And they don't just build things like weapons, they also build things like your car, your TV, your oven. Basically, anything that has any type of metal or machinery in it all comes from the Mechanicus. And honestly, you could make a really good argument that the Mechanicus are genuinely the most important part of the entirety of the Imperium because they keep up all the infrastructure. And in my honest opinion, this has created something of a spoiled mentality with the Mechanicus. Even the Inquisition, the people whose jobs it is to blow up planets in case they're caught for heresy, have to be somewhat nice around the Mechanicus because, again, they make everything. Now, the Mechanicus aren't evil for the sake of being evil. In fact, a lot of them are pretty evil because they removed pretty much almost all their emotions. I'm fairly certain a good chunk of my viewers are Transformers fans, so think of the Mechanicus as basically an entire army or entire faction of Shockwaves. Anyway, one of the reasons why the Mechanicus are evil is because they have strictly forbidden any type of innovation. There is no tinkering, there is no trying to find something new. You either read it off the instructions or you don't. This one's a story of a female tech priest who wanted to make her goggles better, and she was executed for heresy. The Mechanicus will even straight up just delete entire armies of the Guard if they find something on a planet that they like and they don't want the rest of the Imperium to know about it. There's actually a story where the Guard show up to a planet and the Mechanicus keep supplying all these people with a bunch of pills because they told the Guard that the atmosphere is poisonous and these pills will help them survive. Well, it turns out the pills were actually giving the Guards cancer, so they would die and not be able to tell anyone what they found there. You guys remember The Matrix, you know, the movie where basically AI took over the world and it took all of humanity, put them on a simulation and essentially used all their bodies as batteries? Yeah, the Mechanicus have machines that are straight up just powered by human bodies. Mechanicus will also basically just deforest and damn near destroy entire planets just to turn them into forge worlds, which are basically planet-sized factories. And in doing so, these planets also become so poisonous that sometimes you need to have your lungs replaced just to survive on this place, or else you're gonna get cancer before you're the age of 18. And then you have the Skitarii. This isn't really that evil, but the Skitarii weapons leak out radiation and again, give cancer to everyone who's near them. And lastly, the worst thing I feel like the entire Mechanicus do, Servitors. For those of you who have no idea what a Servitor is basically a lobotomized person who's used essentially as a robot in the 41st millennium for humanity. In the world of 40K, artificial intelligence is illegal, so to get around this, we basically put human brains into essentially computers so we can operate most things. Anything and almost everything that requires some level of technology is a Servitor.